Om Jai Swaha Mata.
So we begin as we normally do with bhajan by Pandit Umesh. Boli Shri Raja Ramachandra ki.
Rama ho Rama, Rama ho Rama, Chaita Ayodhya, Chaita Ayodhya, Ram ji janam le ho Rama ho Rama, Rama ho Rama, Rama ho Rama, Chaita Ayodhya, Chaita Ayodhya, Ram ji janam le ho Rama ho Rama, घर घर बाजला, घर घर बाजला रे बधैया हो रामा, घर घर बाजला रे बधैया हो रामा, रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा। रमा हो रामा सुने की तव किया, रमा हो रामा सुने की तव किया, रमनी हवावे हो रामा हो रामा, रमनी हवावे हो रामा हो रामा, सखी सब दलले हो निज बहु रामा, सखी सब दलले हो निज बहु रामा, सखी सब दलले हो निज बहु रामा, रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा, चैत अयोध्या, राम जी जन्म ले हो रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा। रमा हो रामा को सखी दलले हो, रमा हो रामा को सखी दलले, रमा हो रामा को सखी दलले हो, अंगूठी मुद दिया हो रामा हो रामा, अंगूठी मुद दिया हो रामा हो रामा, कोई सखी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, कोई सखी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, कोई सखी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा, चैत अयोध्या, राम जी जन्म ले हो रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा। रमा हो रामा के जे दलले, रमा हो रामा हो के जे दलले, अंगूठी मुद दिया हो रामा हो रामा, अंगूठी मुद दिया हो रामा हो रामा, कौशल्या जी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, कौशल्या जी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, कौशल्या जी दलले हो रतन पदारथ, रामा हो रामा, रामा हो रामा, चैत अयोध्या, चैत नित अयोध्या राम जी जन्म ले हो रामा घर घर बाजला रे बधैया हो रामा घर घर बाजला रे बधैया हो रामा रामा हो राम रामा हो राम रामा हो रामा।
बोले श्री राजा रामचंद्र की जय। Now devotees, we have been emphasizing the importance of spirituality. Who we are divine by nature. Aham Brahmasmi. These statements we have been making over and over again in an effort to get us all to understand how special we are, how unique we are, the powers that exist within every one of us. The idea is, the objective is, the journey is to uncover all these wonderful qualities that exist within us. As it is put, we can compare that divinity to a light, but there's a covering over this light which prevents its reflection from spreading. The objective is to remove this covering. Unfortunately, many of us, rather than make that effort to remove the covering, we add more muck to the covering, more impurities, so that we create an almost impenetrable shield around this light. So we don't see the reflection. We don't believe that we are divine by nature. Of course, it is our fault. The scriptures tell us this. Why should we doubt it? Why not make that effort to tap into your divinity? Many of us will look for God. God is inside. Self-realization is equivalent to God realization. But again, we keep saying, you cannot tap into that divinity, your true nature, if you have all these negativities. Devi Bhagavat tells us, Kama Krodha Lobha Moha Mad Matsarya Sangyakau. These internal enemies, so to speak, the anger, the hate, the lust, the greed, the jealousy, the rivalry, envy, etc. These are the kind of impurities we speak about. We are advised to get rid of these. If I can get rid of these, then undoubtedly that light will shine forth. I'll be tapping into my own divinity. When that happens, what do I realize? There are certain qualities that are going to come out. I have always maintained life is like an open book. Nobody could hide. We may pretend, but what we are, or what are we, what we are, what we portray ourselves to be, is quite clear for those who have the eyes to observe. I just want to point out to you a few qualities that, as we tap into our own nature, our divine nature, as we become more and more spiritual, how these qualities show up. So that it's not being judgmental, but looking at the person, how he behaves, everything about him, we can tell whether he's developing spiritually or not. It's in this context I keep saying, we can fool no one else but ourselves. Now, there are many scriptures given to us. There's one which I want to quote, a simple line from it. This is called the Ashtavakra Gita. Now, there are many different forms of the Gita. We have Devi Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Sri Ram Gita, Uddhav Gita. Here this is Ashtavakra Gita. Just a brief word on Ashtavakra. There was a sage whose wife was an expectant mother. And this sage was once chanting his Sanskrit mantras and so on and so forth. When from within the womb of the mother, this child was saying, "Oh Father, you are saying it wrong. You are saying it wrong." So before the child was born into the physical world, he knew the essence of the scriptures. He knew the grammar. He knew the father was saying it wrong. But you know, nobody likes to hear, or very few would like to hear, that you are saying something wrong, you're doing something wrong. Because everybody believes he knows it. The father became angry and he gave a shrap, a curse to that little one within the womb. "You are correcting me? You are not yet born and you are correcting me? You shall be born with all your limbs deformed." He didn't realize he gave a shrap to his own son. And so when the child was born, he was born deformed. All the limbs twisted in 8 different directions, Ashtavakra. But for one thing for sure, that which was not twisted was his intellect. He wasn't really suffering from intellectual scoliosis, as so many in society pretend to be intellectual, but they suffer from intellectual scoliosis. The brain was smart, straight, penetrative. So he taught a lot of lessons. The whole story behind him. I just gave a little background as to from before he was born, how intelligent he was, and how he got the shrap. So Ashtavakra, 8 curves, bends in his body twisted. So Ashtavakra, and what he wrote, Ashtavakra Gita. So of relevance to us, what I want to point out to you, he said, and a simple, beautiful statement, "Chama arjau, daya tosha, satyam piyusha vadbhaja." This part of a slok. Chama arjau, daya tosha, satyam piyusha vadbhaja. There are 5 qualities that he mentioned here. Chama, arjau, daya, tosh, and satyam. Chama means forbearance, forgiveness. Arjau, straightforwardness. Daya, compassion. Tosh, contentment, cheerfulness. Satyam, truth. So he's saying that these 5, Chama, Arjau, Daya, Tosha, Satyam, Piyush. Piyush what? Piyush means Amrit, nectar. Piyush what? Like nectar, Bhaj, one should seek. In other words, you analyze the statement. If we can develop these 5 qualities within us, they are akin to, likened to nectar, Amrit. What does nectar do? Gives eternal life. Amrit, nectar. So by seeking these 5 qualities, by uncovering them, and I'm using my words on purpose here, uncovering. Why? Because they're all within us. These 5 are within all of us. But, as I said earlier, they are covered by the screen of impurities. Devotees, just to put it in simple way, forbearance, which will also include forgiveness. And I have made this mention time and again. This is the rule of karma. Jaisa karni, vaisa bharni. The seeds we plant determine the fruits we get. And this is a cosmological law. Nobody gets away from it. Nobody. don't think that we can scheme God. Remember the statement, koi lakh kare chaturai, karma ka lekh mate nare bhai. Many millions try all kind of scheme. Many are still trying scheme. And many more in their ignorance will continue to try scheme. But nobody could rob off karma. What is written is going to come to pass. Meaning, the seeds we have planted will bear fruits. Nobody gets away. So, there's karma. But hand in hand with that, most of the time we realize that sometimes karmas are not good. So we say, people cause pain to me. You do things against me. You vilify me. You are backstabber. Whatever, whatever. You know the negativities in this world. You know, forgiveness is an important quality. It is said to forgive. Somebody has hurt us, so we say, they have caused pain to us. That is from our perception. Now I want you to notice carefully what I am saying, from our perception. I believe that you, he, she, you have all hurt me. So I carry that baggage inside of me. Now in this in itself, there is something that is a false premise, that you have hurt me. Because I just mentioned karma is everything. Ramayana tells us, nobody makes anybody happy, nor make you unhappy. People are merely facilitators to work out your karmas. But that doesn't deny the fact that I still feel that you hurt me, or you hurt me, or you hurt me. So I carry that baggage. When I forgive, what it implies, that I have dropped that baggage. It means I am prepared to let it go. It doesn't worry me again anymore. That does not mean to say that the perpetrator of whatever karmas that cause the pain is free from karma. The person will still suffer. Their karmas will come back to them. My forgiving them doesn't redeem them. No. My forgiving them will redeem me. Help me to drop baggage. And why is this so important? Because of what I have just mentioned. I'm under a misconception that somebody has caused me pain. I have caused it to myself. Somebody else is merely the facilitator. So if I drop it, one, I don't carry the baggage, and two, I'm on the right path. Because I will come to understand it's not that person's fault. Maybe somewhere I slipped. It is my karmas coming to fruition. So if you analyze this closely, forbearance is a very, very necessary condition. You find peace within. There are many who cannot drop this baggage. You carry it with you. Then there is no way you can attain to that state of immortality. We shall briefly explain what it means. So forbearance, devotees, is very necessary. We should learn to forgive, bear, tolerate, without any baggage. This is the first quality Ashtavakra spoke about. Arjav, straightforwardness. To me, that's quite straightforward. What is straightforwardness? Honesty, sincerity, no scheme, no games, no hidden agenda. No hidden agenda. In society today, in so many ways, from top to bottom, all levels, we play games. I try to manipulate people with little lies I tell. I try to do various things to gain unfair advantage. Understand all these little points I'm talking about here. All this is scheme. Any form of scheme wouldn't help you. You may gain that unfair advantage now, but it will cause a problem for you later on. If you try to be straightforward, it is perhaps quite challenging. Yes, but the end result is beneficial. Now, one wise man mentioned that when the woodcutters go to the forest, which trees do they cut down? The straight trees or the bent ones? And you realize the straight trees but they cut down first. So he's saying, don't be too straight. Because the people, society is going to cut you down. Now, I don't share that view. You are looking at the now. I'm looking at the then. At the end of it, you see the straight trees, their philosophy would be, if my life could serve the purpose of someone else, parupakar, that's the highest good I can do. So I shouldn't compromise to become crooked because I don't want to be used as such. My life must be one of service. You can take it in this context. So I'm saying, stay straight, straightforward. No scheme, no trick, no guile. If you notice, when Sri Ram spoke to Shivari, Chauthi Bhakti Mama Gungana, sing my praises with a guileless purpose. Worship your Guru with a guileless purpose. Whatever you have to do, no guile, no scheme, straightforwardness. Arjav. Then by honesty and all those wonderful qualities which we need to uncover. They exist inside. Daya, compassion. Daya dharma ki mool hai. The root of dharma, righteousness, is compassion. And compassion, daya, is one of the four fundamental principles, or one of the 4 feet of Sanatan Dharma, the eternal religion. Satya, Sauch, Daya, and Dan, these 4. Daya means compassion. Man should be compassionate by nitya towards all beings. The milk of human kindness should flow from our hearts. Not cruelty, not harshness, hard-heartedness. Daya. Tosh, contentment, cheerfulness. You realize that a lot of people in society today cannot be cheerful. They're always grouchy, always grumbling, always unhappy. You know why? There's a lack of that tosh, contentment inside of them. There's a deficiency that they experience. When a person is very peaceful, contented, you're absorbed in the self, then there's a cheerfulness that arises out of that. A sign of spirituality. You know, there's a saying, a little nonsense now and then is relished by the wisest of men. Now, not too much nonsense all the time. A little bit every now and then. You'll find great spiritualists. They always have a hearty laugh. They're not, you know, like we say, have a stiff upper lip. All pretend to be serious. Always frowning. No. As spirituality grows, bliss grows, you become very cheerful, contented within yourself. There's a peace that emanates out of you. A sign of spiritual growth. And devotees, satyam, truth. What is truth? I've said time and again, truth is that which is. Anything otherwise is not truth. Even if you say, if this is white, and I say, a little bit something like white. You unsure? Do you know? Is it off-white? Are you telling the truth? If it is that, it is that. If it is not, it is not. Truth. And devotees, it is said in Kali Yuga, this age in which we live, it is easier to get a bread or money out of a person than to get the truth. The truth, devotees, is badly hidden, twisted, corrupt. People don't want to speak the truth. Lies on all sides. That is unspiritual. If I can develop truth, maintain truth, then Piyush Abad Bhaja. What is happening here? I gain immortality. Meaning what? I identify with my true nitya. What is my true nature? Aham Brahmasmi. I am one with divinity. God doesn't die. God is immortal. God is eternal. So when I develop these qualities, then I become like that. I identify with my true nature. which is one with divinity. So devotees, make every effort possible to uncover these qualities which I'm emphasizing exist in every one of us. Chama Arjao, Daya Tosha, Satyam Piyusha Vadbhaja. Seek devotees, relentlessly pursue these qualities, tap into your own divinity. You cannot go wrong. Life then would become a divine song. All these qualities exemplified by the life of Bhagwan Sri Ram, Maryada Purushottam, Dhanushadhari. Ramachandra Raghubira, Ramachandra Ranadhira, Ramachandra Raghubira, Ramachandra Ranadhira. Ramachandra Raghubira, Ramachandra Ranadhira. Ramachandra Raghurama, Ramachandra Ramama. Ramachandra Raghurama, Ramachandra Ramama. Ramachandra Raghunatha, Ramachandra Paramatha. Ramachandra Raghunatha, Ramachandra Paramatha. Ramachandra Mama Bandhu, Ramachandra Daya Sindhu. Ramachandra Mama Bandhu, Ramachandra Daya Sindhu.
Om Jai Swaha Mata, Maya Jai Swaha Mata. तुम अग्नि की शक्ति, तुम अग्नि की शक्ति।